Welcome everyone. My goal is to keep Kim Yin Yoga completely ad-free during class. If you like and subscribe, I know we can get there. Let's begin. Today's practice is about calming jagged nerves, so you might want to use a couple props, a strap or sarong, and a roll of towels or blankets, or a bolster. So to begin, we activate the arm meridians by tenting the fingers and turning them towards the back so that we feel strength and activation. We'll look up and take a deep breath in, settling, filling the lungs. Exhale out, head down towards the mat. Let's do it a couple more times. Basket the fingers and up they go overhead. Give it a little stretch to straighten the spine. Arms close to your ears. We'll take deep breaths here. Hands come down on the exhale. And then reaching up as you expand the lungs, the belly fills. We feel the sit bones even on the mat. Exhaling out. Find your own rhythm for a few more breaths. On your next exhale out, we'll bring the hands down quietly, and then I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. We're going to stretch the arms out behind, clasp them together, and lift. So the spine is straight, the hip bones are strong on the mat, and I'm lifting my shoulders on the inhale and dropping my hands on the exhale, bowing the head. Lift the hands, lift the head, look up. Inhale, relax and let it down and out. Do a few more in your own time. And from here, I'm going to move into the cradle the baby pose. So the foot is tucked into the elbow crease of the right arm, the knee into the elbow crease of the left. I'm sitting up tall. My right leg is folded. But you know what? This pose is really hard on my back. So if that's the case for you too, we're going to do Hidolasana, cradle the baby, reclined, taking all the pressure off the back. So tuck foot and knee into the elbow creases, clasp the hands together, and your right leg can be out in a kind of half butterfly, or if that's too intense, straighten the leg. And slowly draw the knee and foot parallel down towards the chest. You might be in a seated Hidolasana or reclined. And don't worry if your knee and foot are not pressed tight into your chest. They might be hovering higher. You might even be just clasping the foot and the knee with open hands. Readjust your hip, knee, and foot whenever you need to. And on your next exhale out, let's clasp the shin, bring the knee down towards the chest, roll up nose to knee. As we flex the feet, point and flex, relaxing the spine, relaxing the hips. And I'm scooching over so I can, again, nose to knee, and roll into a reclined twist, releasing deep tension. My left hand is up in cactus, my head turned away from the knee to increase the stretch. And I'm opening up meridian channels along the back, helping to detoxify the organs and calm jagged nerves. Let's take deep breaths here and let everything go. Let's take one more deep breath in with a longer, slower exhale out, calming nerves as we return to flat back, nose to knee again, checking in with the spine. And if you are doing your Hidolasana, cradle the baby, upright in the seated position, return to comfortable Sukhasana, and we'll lift the right leg up this time. Foot in the elbow crease, knee in the elbow crease. Taking deep breaths here. Clasping the hands, straighten the spine, come up tall, the head is tall. But if, like me, your back doesn't like that very much, stay in the reclined position and fire log that right foot over the left thigh and wrap it into the baby blanket, foot in elbow crease, knee in elbow crease, and to the degree that's comfortable, bring it down to your chest. Left leg can be straight or open in a half butterfly. Deep breaths here. You're going to feel the spine relax, tension release, and the hips open. Just melt into the support of your mat and the support of the earth beneath it. Let's take one more deep breath in and a long, slow, and gentle exhale out. You can clasp the shin and come up into that nose to knee, check in with the spine, flex the feet, nose to knee, point the toes. They come, and we're ready for our side body twist. I'm scooching over. And with one more nose to knee, I'm clasping that right leg and bringing it down to the ground. Right arm is cactused. My nose is pointing towards the right. And from here, I'm allowing the tension of the spine to relax Relaxing the buttocks, the thighs, the knees, the feet. Relaxing the skin of the face as the meridians activate and organs are refreshed with strong chi energy flow. Slow breaths here. On your next exhale out, relax the hands, release the knee, and we'll return to a flat back and grasp that right knee, nose to knee again, flexing the foot, and I'm going to roll on up to Dandasana, staff pose. Here we align the posture, stretch the hamstrings and the calves, the ankles, the toes. Draw those toes back towards you, palms on the mat. Now you can lean back and get a gentle arch in the back, opening the front body. As we do flossing with the feet, gentle point and flex. Your spine is straight up from the palms or leaning back. Let's do some circle rounds. The toes round the world. Reverse the circle. And allow those nerves in the legs to release and calm. Feet to the wide edge of the mat, windshield wipers towards the center. Flexing the hips internally, rotating externally. All right, from here, let's find butterfly or Baddha Konasana. Your knees may be up higher, doesn't matter. We're slowly letting gravity do the work. Bring them down, opening the hips. And I'm going to massage the feet, giving some gratitude, especially to bubbling well at the bottom of the top foot pad. Pressing in there, massaging the toes, giving some attention to this part of the body that carries us tirelessly through life. Feet love to be bare, they love to be on the grass, on the mat, and they love a good foot massage. I'm running up and down the thighs into the ankles, stimulating the lower body meridians as we prep for our next posture. Now, you can tent your fingers in front of you and just be upright, or you can walk those tented fingers forward, keeping the back flat. Now, how far you get is going to depend on where you're at right now. So it's not about copying the pose, but finding what feels like an expression in the groin, opening up the pelvis. And if it's too much, you can go to your comfortable Sukhasana, slide the hands forward into a kind of Sphinx. So we're doing either a Sphinx Baddha Konasana or a Sphinx Sukhasana, or staying upright if that works for you. Find where you feel your edge and the opening. Because from here, we are going to go into a Rhinoceros. So left hand and right hand goes to the wide angle of the mat, Elbows cross over and we lift the palms into our eagle pose, thumbs to forehead. Now you can do this from your Baddha Konasana, your butterfly. You can do it from Sukhasana, or if the most comfortable posture for you is seated upright, we will do eagle arms in the seated posture. Find what gives you the most sensation today without going into strain or pain. I'll demonstrate the Sukhasana, down into Rhinoceros, palms up, thumbs to forehead, deep breaths, or seated upright, and it's more eagle arms, and palms together, up they go. We'll take a few more deep breaths in whichever posture you landed on. When you're ready, we'll exhale out and swap sides. So you might swap your Sukhasana, you might be in Baddha Konasana and simply swap the eagle arms, the rhinoceros, to the other way. So if your left arm was underneath to start, right arm goes underneath. I'll demonstrate from down in the Sphinx posture. So I'm taking my left arm to the right, palms up, clasped together, and rhinoceros. Same if you're moving into Baddha Konasana, Sphinx posture, left hand over, palms up, rhinoceros. Find what works for you, and we will melt into stillness here. On your next exhale out, unravel the arms, straighten the legs, and we come down to flat back. We're going to move into a little mini bridge. If you need to look at this, do it before you move into the posture, so you're not twisting your head when you're in this pose. So I'm scooching up, clasping my hands underneath my back. Shoulders and shoulder blades are down, supporting the arch. Feet are flat on the mat, energy going deep in to the earth. And I'm keeping my nose pointed to the sky. You can also take your hands and use your elbows as a little brace and support the bridge if your back starts to get tired. One more deep breath here, and slowly exhale it down. We'll bring the knees up, clasp your toes with your toes, knees to the inside of the elbow creases, clasp the hands, and bound hedgehog. It's isometric, knees are pushing into the elbow creases, elbows don't let them escape. You feel the activation in your sit bones moving left to right. And relax it down for some beautiful circles going clockwise. Reverse the circle. counterclockwise. For this next posture, you might want to get your strap and loop it around the right foot. Left leg down, right foot up, and we are trying to extend the right leg out on the inhale. Bring it down towards the face on the exhale. Again, straighten the leg, push it out on the inhale, down towards the face on the exhale. We'll do it one more time. Inhale, pushing the leg out. Exhale, drawing it down. Relax the foot and feel the activation of the backs of the legs. Same on the left side. I'm just going to use my hands because my arms are long. Inhale, pushing. Exhale, drawing towards the face. Inhale, push the leg away. Arms don't let it. Exhale, draw towards your face. One more time, pushing the leg away and then drawing it down. You'll feel the full intention of those deep muscles of the thighs, buttocks, and calves. All right. From here, we'll transition to seated and find a half dragonfly with a half butterfly. So my right leg is extended out, and that's the direction we're going. I'm taking my prop and laying it just on the inside of the thigh, and I'm going to gently allow my body to melt over towards the foot. My arm is extended out. It's as if my yoga master is putting gentle traction on my arm from my hand, drawing it outwards, drawing it away, and I'm taking deep breaths here as I find comfort for the head and neck, activating the kidney meridians, activating the spleen, activating all that tension that's going to find a way out of the body into the ground to be absorbed. You can go straight down if you don't need the prop and extend out long from there. I still like to use my arm as a little brace so the head can completely relax. The feet relax, the buttocks relax, and I'm keeping that forearm near my ear and extending out the fingertips. Let's take a couple deep breaths here. On your next exhale out, let's come up gently. Lean the hips back to swap sides. So right leg is half butterfly, left leg extended long. Go ahead and use your prop. And over we go. Keep the head and neck relaxed as you stretch the arm, activating heart meridian, activating the side body, activating the gallbladder meridian, and feeling the opening of the chest and the mobility you're building into the spine. We'll be here for more deep breaths as we continue working those leg muscles, stretching from tip of the toe to the pelvis. Reduce or remove the prop if your edge has melted and you want to go deeper. On your next exhale out, come up to center and let's find a full dragonfly. Yours might look different than mine. Your legs could be closer together or at full extension as we prepare for a forward fold. You might want to use your prop for this again so that you can support your front body as you melt down towards the ground. We are finding a deep hip opener, stretching the hamstrings, working the buttocks and the legs, and allowing the relief of tension in the lower back. Find your edge where you feel sensation but not pain, and melt it down there. If at any point you lose the sensation, we might get rid of the prop and go straight down to the floor or the ground. Or if it starts to feel tight and bracing, you might want to add a layer to your prop. Adjust it for you and let everything go. You might want to use your Ujjayi breath with soft susurration sounds in the back of your throat as we spend another minute or so in this posture. Take one more deep breath in, and on a long exhale out, come up to seated. Gently bring the legs, hips, and knees parallel to each other, and we'll do some windshield wipers, allowing the hips to normalize and letting them relax. Okay, from here, let's scooch on to the back of the mat, and we're going to come into a froggy squat. This is going to look different for all of us. You might be up on your toes, you might rock down on the heels, you might find a full Garland pose, but come into the squat of your choice, where you feel sensation in the thighs, in the buttocks, in the lower back. And we're pressing the knees into the elbow creases, if that's accessible, and taking deep breaths here. From here, hands down on the mat, pushing up into a modified flat back, where I am going to do a few cat-cows. Look up, arch the back, cow. Back goes the other way for cat. Looking up, stretching out the tummy long, arch it down on the exhale. Let's do another. Feel the stretch. Legs straight if you can. Now turn around for the front so you can see what we're doing here. Legs wide, left hand planted, and I'm rotating the right arm back as far as it'll go. Replacing the right arm. Lifting the left, extending, and bringing it back down. Do a couple more in your flow. Improving mobility with each deep breath and arms stretch. Feel the spine responding, lubricated and twisting up. One more stretch and bring it back down. We'll walk the feet together a bit and either return to your Garland pose or where you're at with your froggy squat. And we'll just have a deep breath in here. Fill the lungs, relax the spine, and exhale it back. Flat back and stretching it on out. Arch the spine, bring the hands down, and find Wigglasana. Hips are the epicenter, feet are fishtailing, the thighs are fishtailing, hips are shimmying, the shoulders are loose and shaking, the head is relaxed, skin of the face relaxed. As we exhale it out into Savasana. Let's feel the zing, feel the chi flowing through the limbs, the spine, from the toes to the head. Let's melt into the mat and let the goodness of the practice absorb into every cell. We'll take a few deep, comforting breaths here. Stay here as long as you like, but if you're ready, twinkle your fingers and toes, lift the knees, feet on the mat, and we'll just roll over to seated. Find your comfortable Sukhasana. Arms stretch out wide, up overhead, celebratory jai. Thumbs to sternum, hands in prayer. Thank you all for practicing with me today as we release those jagged nerves and find serenity. Namaste.